It's all good.
Man, y'all know what it is. We definitely all good. Shout out to Tony Ultra for that intro for us. This is Family Talk. Let's discuss it. And it's not burning y'all eyes. Usually we on Saturday, but we picking up on a Wednesday today for a very special show today.
Mhm.
You got your boy BDCEO and my right hand man to my right, Mr. 1.5, Jody Skywalker. How you doing today, my boy?
I'm doing good. Before we start the show, I want to give a special shout out to our brothers Nick and Nate. Happy birthday
Absolutely.
to my favorite set of twins. Happy birthday, fellas. Much love to y'all.
Happy
Hope
birthday, fellas.
enjoy y'all day. Yeah, have a shout out to us.
I can't see it.
Absolute. So we got a big show today. Special show in the middle of our off season. We ain't on for season 5 yet, but we want to talk about something that's very touching that's out there on the social media world, especially hitting in my hometown. Well, not hometown, but where I live currently. We talking about Tyler. We're talking about Tyler. So I'm gonna let my wife. She keep poking me on my
That's
shoulder.
on Mike's live.
Oh, that's on Mike, so I'll fix it, baby. Well, I'm gonna let my wife come on and introduce everything. We're gonna have everybody introduced. You do not have to use your real name on this podcast. We just want you to come on. We want you to speak your truth. Everybody that's watching right now, we see a lot of folks actually watching. We want you to place your comments in the comment section and let us know what you got going on as far as this situation. Okay, so I'm gonna hand it over to my lovely wife, and then y'all can get going, man. And I'm gonna be watching. Y'all can get going. Hey, Mike, man, make sure they don't get loose on them. You heard?
Hey, I call pop up like the HR.
Hi guys.
You good, Sam? You ready?
Yeah.
All right, well, hey, it's been a pleasure. I'll see y'all backstage.
All right, friends. I'm gonna let y'all introduce yourselves today, however you would like to introduce yourself. But I'll let you guys start. I'm obviously Samantha. I'm gonna be the host here, so let's try to keep this on track tonight, and I'll let the girls tell you who they are and how they relate to the case.
So I'll start. My name is Monique. So I can say I relate to the case because I've known Tyler since we were like 12 years old. We lived like a block or two away from each other. Our big brother, so like really close friends growing up. We were in the same classes in elementary school. So I was extremely devastated when I found out that he was missing. He was always a really cool, chill guy. So yeah, I just felt obligated to like get as much info as I can on the situation because like everything about it is just like extremely bizarre.
Oh yeah, definitely bizarre. That is definitely where we're starting.
All right, I guess I'll go next. My name is Danzy. I have been a part of this case since the beginning. I am here to put out the truth and to find Tyler. And I have been researching, digging, looking. I don't know Tyler personally. I know him through friends of friends, knew a little bit about him before, but I do not know Tyler personally. I am just feel like I'm called to this case with a lot of people who are going to be speaking and joining. And we're just really praying that we can find Tyler and bring out the truth and the facts and clear out the inconsistencies and really just get a grasp on what's going on and where Tyler is.
Okay, I will go next. My name is Connor. I have known Tyler for quite a few years. I've worked on a couple different projects with him that he and his wife have asked me to be a part of. over the years. And from the moment I found out Tyler was missing, God laid it on my heart to help in any which way that I could. And like Dancy said, I am here to share the truth and the facts of the matter so that we can hopefully find Tyler sooner than later. I think Netta's mic stopped working.
Yeah. Yeah, I saw that. So when she gets back in here, we'll let her explain to herself. So I think
Hey Tammy, I'm gonna say hi to Tammy really quick. Tammy was in the comments saying hi to me. She's been one of our people that is really diving deep into Tyler. Also, I want to give a shout out to you, Sam. I want to give a shout out to Sam and her hubby and the podcast team for allowing us to use this platform to share the news. If anybody's watching, if you can share it, it's a blessing that she was able to allow us to get on here and get this together, share it on TikTok, and get the word out. So I've known Samantha for, I don't know what, 14, 15 years now.
our
A
kids were
long
babies.
time. A long time. So shout out to you and for orchestrating it and getting it together. So
Yeah, we definitely gonna get this information out tonight. You heard? All right. Now,
and I'm back.
want to. Okay, good. You want to tell us how you know Tyler?
Yes. So my name is Antonietta, but I go by Netta. I'm a friend of Tyler's. Me and Tyler connected, and his brother Greg and Malcolm right around 2008 or 2009, and we've been friends ever since. One of the most genuine people I've ever come across in my life. And I too, just like Monique, was very devastated when I actually saw Greg's post. And so I've been very compelled to just find my friend. So here we are.
Yes. Hey, Beth, we see you. Okay, so I want to know how all of you found out about Tyler, because I'm gonna start with this one because it's kind of funny, I think. So there's like this Sioux Falls Rant and Raves group, and I had seen a post from his wife saying, "Hey, everyone come to my house and help look for Tyler." And I have been sucked into this since then, because why did you post your address on the internet for people like that? That is crazy. But I just want to know how you guys found out. How did everyone else find out?
So I found out because me and my best friends, who are actually the other two admins of the Where is Tyler Weathersby group, we're in a group chat that we talk in every day. And one of them texts the group chat's like, "Yo, Tyler's missing." And we're like, "What the fuck? What are you talking about?" And mind you, I haven't talked to Tyler since we were like teenagers. I have not seen or talked to this man since we were like 14, 15 years old. So, but he's always been an amazing person, and his personality is something that stood out and stuck with me, through all these years. So, that's just the kind of person he is. He leaves a mark on anybody he comes across. So when my friends text me in the group chat, I'm like, "What do you mean he's missing?" And I'm not knowing anything about his wife, him living in Sioux Falls. So when I heard it, I'm like, "What the hell? Like, what do you mean he's missing?" And never heard of Sioux Falls. I know about South Dakota, but I've never heard of Sioux Falls. Like, not too familiar with the area. So the first thing I'm like is, shit, is it a hate crime? That he go on a walk and some crazy racist shit happened to him? That was my first thought. Like, man, I hope he's okay, But yeah, that was my initial reaction to his disappearance. Like, my friends told me in the group chat, and we're like, "What is going on?" So
Wait a minute, not a black man in South Dakota missing.
Exactly. I'm like, what the hell?
I found out Tyler was missing. I actually remember exactly where I was. I was driving home from work. I was on 26th Street, like East 26th Street. If you're from Sioux Falls, you know the area. And I was at a stoplight, opened my Facebook, and I immediately saw his wife's post. And I had actually not spoken to either of them in about probably just a little bit over a year. And I just, like I said, when I introduced myself, it was heavy on my heart to reach out to her and ask what I could do, what I could help with to help find Tyler. So I found out originally from the Facebook post that she shared of her sisters.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah.
It was her sister, not her, right? That commented about the come to the house. No, that was her that said come to my house.
No. Yeah.
Oh Lord. All right.
And
I think you're up, Netta.
originally, oh yes, I originally found out, like I said, just a while ago, from Greg's post. He posted, and it immediately sent me into shock. You know, and I started just asking questions, and then I found these, search for Tyler page, and just was going through, and yeah, so it kind of was very devastating to see that. So
Yeah, that's crazy. I can't imagine like figuring out that my homeboy is missing from a Facebook post. Like, what? Okay. But that brings us to our next topic. So, ladies, I know you guys are the admins of the Where's Tyler Weathersby group. Tell me how that came about.
So that group came about because when we first found out Tyler was missing, like I said, I knew nothing about his wife or anything like that. I didn't even know he got married and had a kid. I was like so out of the loop. So I immediately went to Facebook, started digging. My friends, they told me like, oh yeah, he's married to this chick. This is her name. Look her up. She did this and that in the past. I looked it up and I was like, okay. But I didn't immediately think like she had something to do with it. I was just like, okay, like some dumbass teenagers, RIP Pedro, but some dumbass teenagers did some stupid shit. So yeah, I didn't immediately think like, oh shit, she did something to Paige. I mean, she did something to Tyler based on that situation. But when we got into the group, we found the Search for Tyler group. I never posted anything personally. I never posted anything, but I saw everything that they were saying about him being in a state of psychosis, and he was fasting, and he isn't mentally well, and all this other crazy stuff. And I'm like, okay, like I said, I haven't seen him in years, so I'm not going to go against that. I'm just going off of what they're saying. Then when I see Greg saying, hey, appreciate you guys for making this group, but yeah, my brother didn't have any mental issues as far as I know. He didn't say anything rude. He didn't curse anybody out. He was extremely respectful, extremely grateful for the group, and they just deleted his post, banned him from the group. And Tyler's god sister made a post like, why are you deleting Tyler's family? And I commented like, yeah, what is going on? They immediately banned Greg from the group and delete him because he's going against this whole mental health narrative. And I got banned from the group just from my comment on that post. And my other best friend, Enrique, who's the admin of our group, he was like, hey, have you guys looked into any dive teams, check any kind of if they have any kind of sonar equipment? They deleted his post, and they declined his post. He tried to post it again, they declined it again, then they banned him. So that's when we were like, okay, why are they trying to like silence anybody who's in any kind of connection with Tyler's family? Like, it's weird. So I'm talking to my friends in the group chat. I'm like, should we start a group? Like, so his mom and his brother can say what they have to say, because everybody in the Search for Tyler group is only getting this side of the story. When somebody is missing or there's a crime, you need to look at this situation from all angles, not just from one perspective. And the Search for Tyler group was only putting out that one narrative. He went crazy. He was not in reality. He was in a state of psychosis and he just walked away. Like, you need to hear things from other people who've been around him to, make your judgment yourself. So that's why I'm like, let me create this platform so his family can tell you guys their side and what they feel happened or whatever. And people can choose whichever way they want to go. We're not forcing anybody to say Mona's involved or she's not. People are doing whatever they want to do based on the facts and evidence that's being produced. So, yeah.
And I kind of came involved. I actually didn't know Monique. I didn't know Connor or anything like that. But just like Greg and the rest of them, I was looking through the page when they were saying that he was in a state of psychosis. It red flagged me because, I know Tyler's personality. Like, I've talked to him in recent years up until I was removed as his friend. But I'm not going to say who did it, but, I was removed as his friend. And he's married and stuff, so I didn't think anything about it. I respect that, but I started looking through what they were saying, and I'm like, this does not sound like Tyler. Like, it doesn't make sense. And so I too started asking questions. I started asking questions. And what really got me removed, which is so crazy now that I'm connected to Connor made the GoFundMe. And I questioned that, like, what does she
That
need
was me.
Yes, I'm like, what does she need $10,000 for? Make it make sense. You see what I'm saying? He's missing. What are you doing? And I'm aligning those with what was presented at the time. It was just very, very cloudy, very muddy, and it didn't sit well with my spirit. And so when I saw that the other page was created by Monique, I actually messaged Enrique, because I was in that group, very active, and then I was like, I need to be a part of this admin team. I'm like, I really, like, it's bothering my spirit because Tyler is dear to me. And so finally, I connected with them, and then I became a moderator of the page to what it has become now. So yeah.
Yeah, because we were like super like on guard. Like, we're not messing with anybody from Sioux Falls. We don't trust any of you. We don't know what happened to Tyler. So I didn't know Antonietta, and she was like, yo, I need to get on this page. And we waited for a while, and I seen how hard she was going for Tyler. I'm like, yo, this is somebody who cares about Tyler. Let this girl in. Like, yeah, she knows what she's doing.
Right.
And I thank you
And
for that.
then, yeah, it's been great. It's been great. We've learned a lot of things that I don't think we would have learned if we didn't have someone that was still somewhat connected more recently, because obviously Monique hasn't really been in touch with him much.
So just so
Connor,
we can
go
clear
ahead.
the air on the pages, everyone was originally on search for Tyler. Once Tyler's family started advocating for things, a lot of those people got ignored, posts got blocked, deleted. So that's when the shift went to the new page, and it was more moderated. People who were getting out of control were kicked off. I just want to clear that air for the public, knowing, once again, just going over it again, so that knowing why that page was created off of the search for Tyler. And thank you to Monique and crew for getting that up and going, and allowing Tyler's family to speak their side as well.
And you guys can call me Netta, just for the sake of my name being, butcherable. So,
I know I
Yeah.
was trying to say it and I didn't want to butcher it online, so I was like, okay, Netta, all right, got you.
Yeah, that's funny. That is funny. Connor, can you just kind of tell us about the GoFundMe situation? Because I know that you got a bunch of hate for that, and I felt so bad for you.
Oh my gosh. Yeah, I can tell you about it, considering I was directly involved in it. I had dropped off actually some more flyers. I'm trying to think back to what morning that was. I believe it was Saturday morning, so that would have been the 7th of September. So I'd printed off a bunch more flyers. I said I would drop them off. I was outside. There's a group of people talking. I'm just gonna leave names out of it for the sake, because we're on the podcast. Like, everybody knows who was involved, and they know that they were involved. And so I had heard a discussion going on about raising funds or for Mona and the kiddos, and or like starting a meal train, something like that. And so of course, I chimed in. I work on social media. I work a lot with technology. I'm kind of a nerd when it comes to tech stuff. And I had heard somebody mention a GoFundMe page. And I said, I just brought up the idea. I said, well, like, I chimed in, which now I kind of wish I wouldn't have, but at the same time, I guess I'm glad I did, because it kind of brought some things to light. And I just said, I said, maybe you should just like do Venmo, like, because I personally had a couple people reach out to me asking what they could do to help, because they couldn't be here or couldn't like come out and walk and search and everything. And so I was like, well, maybe you should just have, like, if people want to help, they can send like through Venmo, or like through, like, I know sometimes people set up like benefits through the bank that they go through. But that was quickly shut down, and then somebody made the comment, no, we should do a GoFundMe. It's, reputable. It's, everybody knows it. And so I was like, okay, sounds good. And there was a conversation going on the side on the phone with one of the old admins of the Search for Tyler page, and she was basically like, well, I don't know how to do that, da 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 da. And I actually know this woman from before all this, and so I chimed in again with my big old mouth, and I just said, oh, it's really easy. Like, you just, you go to the website, create an account, set it up. And she basically was like, well, I'm busy and I'm not sure how to do it, but if you know how to do it, go ahead. So, not thinking, I thought I was helping, not thinking like everything else, like, why are we setting up a GoFundMe? And so then honestly, I'll have to look back at my text to be accurate, but I got a message asking for it to be taken down. And by this point, there had already been funds donated. And so I asked what I should do with those. I actually even reached out to Monique. You might be able to correct me. It was either Enrique or Rico. And I was like, because I wasn't getting any response on what to do with the funds from Moan's side. And I just said,
Yeah, there we go.
okay. I just said, hey, like, I don't know what to do here. I got to check into seeing if I can refund people. But before I do that, does Tyler's family, like his immediate family, want the funds? And when I got the answer back from Rico that, no, they don't want them, I reached out to the GoFundMe, like their customer support contact. I was like, hey, I need to have everyone that has donated refunded. And by this time, I had still not gotten a response on what I was to do with the page, if I was supposed to, like, with the funds that were on it, like what I was supposed to do. So I just took matters into my own hands and had everybody refunded.
And I want to
think that was
apologize
probably
for
the
ripping
best.
you a new one, Connor.
I was waiting for it.
It was rightfully so.
Because I was not letting go. Like, I was not letting go of that. It irked me so bad.
I was like,
but I
I'm
was
telling
so
my
thankful.
truth, but like, respectfully so. I get where she's coming from too. So like, I don't know. I got thick skin. I was understanding of it. I got where you were coming from.
Yeah, and she gave her explanation and it made so much sense. And then, it turned into when, everyone sees things unfold at the same time normally. So when things get brought back up, you will constantly see me say, no, the individual that held that page and created that page, they did their due diligence and they took matters into their own hands and refunded people, how it was supposed to be done, and we got the response that we were looking for as far as a reasoning why things were done. And and once she didn't get the response that I guess from the other side, or and then she did get a response from Tyler's side, she took matters into her own hands and did what she needed to do. And I thank you for that. And I apologize for ripping you a new one.
Girl, you are all good.
I think we've moved past that at this point.
Oh yeah, we have. We can laugh about it now.
Oh, that's so funny. Anyway, so let's talk about the case. Let's start from the beginning, because there might be people on here that have no idea what we're talking about. We're just talking about some random Black man that is missing out of South Dakota. So let's go ahead and bring it from the top.
I think we're gonna let Netta lead that one because that girl got a.
Oh, she got her notes, her handy dandy notebook out there.
For sure.
So, and I apologize because I'm on my cell phone where everything is, so I have to make sure that I don't close out of the screen. But the first thing that I saw came from Greg, and he was basically pleading and asking where his brother was on the post that I saw. And a few days later, I think into the case, he started telling the times of when he saw things, when things were done to him. His family didn't receive a call until 24 hours after Tyler was missing. And I believe from the police logs that I saw that there was a wellness check on 9/4 at 4:15 p.m. And there were police that were confirmed to be outside of their home around that time as well. I think like 4:25 or so on that day. And there was also a missing persons call on the log at Pine Ridge and Marion Road that lined up with that time frame. So from the time that Tyler was said to gone missing to the time she reported it, it would have been about like 10 hours. from my note calculation. So
okay, so that's for the newbies in here. That's 10 hours from when she claims he went on his walk, or when she claims he was quote unquote missing.
I believe, if I'm correct, I think it's from the time she claimed he went on his walk, which
Okay,
would have been
that's what I thought.
7:45 at that time, because we didn't know anything about the 7:15 footage at that time. That didn't
Right,
come out
okay.
till later. So
All right, that's what I thought. So 10 hours. This lady let this man be gone for 10 hours in a psychosis state? Interesting.
it's kind of fishy to me, but Connor, you can kind of tell your experience, I guess, like in that time frame when she contacted people to come,
Yeah.
and then I can go over the timeline of when Janine left and the things that have transpired in between that. So
Yeah. Okay. Which part do you want me to go over?
just like after she calls people, to come search.
Oh, okay.
Like, I think
well,
hold on, Connor, before you get there, she
yeah,
did
no,
say
you're
that
good.
she had called her mom and someone else to come help her search before the cops were called. Correct?
Yeah, and that's like 10:30,
Yeah.
10:30
Yeah,
to
but
11.
yeah.
Cool.
Yep.
And she was claiming, didn't she claim that she couldn't make a missing person call within the first 24 hours or something? That was,
Yes,
I think that was
which
said
is false.
somewhere.
Yeah,
Yeah, which
Right.
is false.
not true.
Cool. Okay. All right, Connor, you
Okay.
can tell us your part now.
So I actually was not there on the day that Tyler was like that he went missing. I was there the day after when the Facebook post was made. And I guess like we got there's actually I didn't even know a few of my friends were showing up as well, and it just so happened they or a few of my close friends that happened to be there and pulled up the same time I did. Um oh god, I can't even remember how many I'd say like 20 to 25 people had like shown up. We specifically, me and my three other friends, we split up in pairs of two. um we asked Mona, what do you want us to do? Is there a certain direction you want us to start searching? It was a little chaotic because they were trying to figure out like if there is anything on Tyler's phone, that would like give an idea of where he might have gone, where he might have been, if he had been talking to anybody. I believe that was actually when the information about like Tyler texting somebody help the night before had come up. And so we were just, where do we go? What, like, is there a spot Tyler goes to on these walks? And looking back, I feel like there wasn't really whole lot of direction. And so we just started walking. Like I said, we split up into twos. We were kind of together though the first little bit because we walked through like all the backyards, like behind their house. And then that's when we split off. And I mean, we went around the neighborhood, like up and down the streets. When we got back up to Holbrook is when actually said, I was like, maybe we should start knocking on the doors, asking for camera footage, like asking anybody that has a camera on their house if they have footage. So I didn't necessarily knock on doors that didn't have cameras because at that point in time, I was like, we need to knock on the houses that have cameras to see if they have anything of Tyler from that morning. We did get a few of those first videos of Tyler that are on Oakcrest from a couple neighbors there. And then we got back to the house. Well, no, we kept walking. So after we went back down Oakcrest, we continued down Lolly to oh my God, I'm terrible with directions. It would have been to the south. Same thing, we went and knocked on the doors of houses that had cameras. Didn't get anything from them. We did run into a lady that mentioned she had remembered seeing them. When we first initially talked to her, she had said that she had seen them like in the evening on the same day that Tyler went missing, but I think it was recently that she actually did come and post on the page that it was the day before Tyler had gone missing when he saw Tyler, his wife, and then their baby walking.
Is that the lady that said they were walking barefoot?
If it's the same lady that I spoke to, yes.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So to add a little context to that, Mona first stated, and she first stated that she said Tyler left at 7:45 a.m., But then, you know, the
Oh,
footage
yeah.
came out, as we all know later, that he was walking on West Team Street at 7:15.
Yes, which I
Um,
actually was with when that footage came about too.
yes. And then after that, he was seen 7:29 a.m. ish. He was returning back to his home on Oakcrest. And then 7:36, he's seen walking away.
Wait, I don't mean to cut you off,
Yeah.
Meta, but wasn't there? I'm sorry, I don't want to cut you off, but wasn't there another video of him like at 7:05 or 7:0 something?
Yeah, I don't have that one. No, I don't have anything
I
prior to.
want to.
Yeah, I think it was another one like.
Yeah, I want to say I might have saw that one, but he was
Which
walking
one?
70. I think it was 707 or something like that.
Oh, okay, that's not the one I'm
Yeah, it was
thinking
like
of.
a block or two from his house.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't have that one, but from my notes from the beginning, I have 7:15, but you know, we can go back and look at that. But after the 7:29, he's seen at 7:36 walking away from his home, and he's actually like looking back as if he saw something. So that's at 7:36. Now, I do want to say the dash cam footage came out recently. That dash cam footage says 7:36. I think we have discovered that it might be a glitch, but it still needs to actually be investigated with the police and all of that stuff, just to be super, super sure with that young lady. But so I did want to put that in there. But then Tyler is seen again around, like, I think Breen Court in North, I don't know how you say it, Fur Place or something like that. He's
Or
seen at
place,
7.
yeah.
Yeah. He's seen at 7:43, like crossing in between some townhomes there. And then he's physically seen on footage at 7:45, 8 a.m. per the verbal confirmation from the young lady who had the dash cam. She sees him at the intersection, as we've all seen on camera. And so that is the last public footage of Tyler. Although earlier posts from the Search for Tyler page, one of the previous admins on that page stated that there was traffic cam footage confirmed by the police. The police have used those terminology as well, but we have yet to see the traffic cam. So I don't know if they're going to release that now that the other footage is out. We're kind of still waiting on that. So, but that's kind of the timeline of, you know, Tyler walking. Now, the things that make it really gray and muddy are the things that happened on 9/3, you know, prior to him going missing. You know, he drops his mom off at the airport and things like that. So, for like 9/3, that timeline, Janine gets a text from Mona at 12:56, stating, well, 11:56, you know, Eastern and Central Standard Time. So 11:56, 12:56, depending on your time zone, but stating that she needs to talk, in short, you know. So that happens, and then there's an argument that ensues at around 2:40-ish. Mona, you know, pretty much ambushes Janine, and Tyler comes to her aid. They ask her to leave, and he takes her to the airport. And there's a huge time gap from that time to the time he says help. He speaks to Greg in between that time, which Janine has confirmed that, you know, Greg talked to him about, you know, what happened, the situation, what happened, you know. She recently posted that in the page, so that there is some conversation there with Tyler and Greg. But from what we know, it wasn't through Tyler's phone. From what we know, it was through Mona's phone. And then the next thing that we know in versus time, and I'm giving a timeline versus time that we have. So the next thing we know is the 9:15 text that he sends to his mentor. And just for the purpose of the podcast, I'm not saying his name. But he sends a text to a mentor, and he sends the word help. Do we know if it was just the word help? No, because we have not seen those texts. But recently, Mona said she watched him send those text messages. There's also, you know, things out there that are confirmed where Tamian also has, and I said I wasn't going to say his name, but oops. But he has, I'm trying not to do that. But he has sent messages to other people stating it's a discrepancy where he says, Mona tells people that Tyler went missing at 3 a.m. So that is there too. It's not publicly confirmed, but some people know that information.
Say,
All right,
Connor, can I interrupt really quick? Say, Connor, can you tell me if anyone took anything further on that help text? Like, did anyone reach out to said person and like when they saw the text, or was that just kind of completely ignored until he realized that he forgot he had a text from him?
From what I know of, I'm not sure. I remember, I was standing there when they were trying to track Tyler's phone, figure out, if anything led to like hinting to where he might be, where he could have gone, and the help text was mentioned. But as far as I know, I don't know anything else besides that.
Okay.
I think that was confirmed by the said person that it was indeed sent out. So
Yeah. Mona confirmed on one of those TikTok lives that she watched him send it.
well, there we go.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
So
I must have
weird.
misunderstood the context of your question, Danzy. My bad.
Yeah.
Oh no, you're good. I was just wondering if anyone thought to like reach out to him right away, like, or if he did respond, but it seems like he's been rather quiet anyway, so.
I mean, I
Yeah.
know he was there on the 5th at the house, but I didn't even know who the man was when I originally first saw him.
Right. Okay, so I know that Janine is in the comments, and I know she could easily speak for herself, but I just want to touch on just one little point about the whole fight with the wife. Just for the new people to understand, that fight happened in the afternoon, the day before he went missing, correct?
Yeah. Yes.
Okay, and
Yeah, that's
then
correct.
she was
But
in the airport.
Janine, I'm sorry, but yeah, Janine, she's gonna have her podcast Sunday. I don't think we really want to get into too many questions that I think she should answer herself, because she has those facts, So her podcast Sunday, they can ask her whatever questions they want to ask her.
Right. Yeah, I agree. I just want to make sure everyone understands the timeline so they can't just try to say Janine took him with her or something.
Yeah.
Oh,
yeah. No. So just
She was
to go
gone.
back,
She was long gone.
go back to that point, they just to go back to that point, they had left the house. Janine stayed back at the house. When they got back, I think they were like eating or something like that. But when they got back to the house, Mona comes in the house by herself. And she starts, and that's after she sends the text. So when they get back around 2:40, she comes in the house and she's asking Janine, questions about Tyler's eyes. Have you seen the way he's looking at people? It's not normal, that kind of thing. And she, calls Janine out her name, and then Tyler comes. Well, Mona calls Tyler. He doesn't answer, and then he finally comes in the house because Janine had asked where Tyler was at, and Mona said he was in the garage, but I don't think he was in the garage per what we know. So, but he finally comes in, but he aids to Mona, and she's cussing Janine, and they ask her to leave, and that's how we end up with Janine leaving, and this big old gap. He talks to Greg through Mona's phone, and we have this big old gap of time, which we don't know what happened at that time. So the 9:15 text goes out. Mona confirms that she in fact saw him send that text out. There's no public proof of that text or a response from Tamian. Tyler, was texting or calling. I can't really say if it was a call or a text, but I'm pretty sure it was a text through Mona's phone. So, and like I said before, Tamian said Mona told him Tyler woke up at 3 a.m. and he went missing. That's what he said to other people. Again, that is not confirmed in the public, but people do know about that and they do have that information. So Supposedly the police and PI have it as well, from what I do know. And so that takes us to 9/4. It brings us back to a little bit of a discrepancy. People have seen video of Tyler at 7:05. I don't have that in my timeline, but 7:15 then comes into play. But the kicker is when she's on a recording saying he went on 2 walks. So that brought up another element when nobody knew that fact. She said that her son said Tyler went on a walk at 6 a.m. She woke up and Raiden told her that. And then she also said she was napping as well. She said that on the TikTok live. So there are some discrepancies within those time frames there.
Yeah, there's a few other discrepancies we've come across, but that's for a later
Yes.
date.
Yes. Doesn't report.
Okay, are we answering questions in the comments, or we're waiting till the end?
So
Oh no,
I
you can
want to
answer
answer the
I just trying to get
questions.
the timeline.
Yeah, I wanted to get the head of the information out first. So
Okay.
for people that have not heard about this, we need them to understand where we're at.
All right. Cool.
So I think there was a comment that I really do want to touch on from Tammy here. I think, Connor, you're really going to be the only one to be able to answer this, but how would you explain the demeanor during those first days that you were kind of involved?
So I will say I know that everybody handles traumatic situations differently. I just went through my own traumatic situation this past weekend. So I get that, but I guess if it were me and it were my significant other, I would be a mess. I would be all over social media, especially if I have a platform. I would be calling everybody, asking everybody. I mean, you would probably have to tranquilize me because I wouldn't be able to sleep. I would be doing anything and everything to find my loved one. Hell, even if it was my best friend, you would literally have to hold me down because I wouldn't be able to stop. I guess there were tears here and there, but there was almost more frantic emotion from her mother, from what I observed, than her herself. And I don't know, it was just odd to me. I will say that it was off to me. Just things didn't feel right to me. And like I said, I was not judging. I mean, I knew of the past situation, like Monique answered earlier when she was introducing herself and when she found out how that Tyler was missing. But I left that in the back of my head, because I'm not, I have a past myself. I'm not going to judge someone on their past, but just, I guess I was thrown off maybe by the whole everything, just the whole atmosphere of the situation that first day and by everything.
Right. I did see something in here about they were having a bonfire. I think that's just hearsay. I don't think that was ever confirmed, was it?
No, that was confirmed.
Yeah, it's
It's
confirmed.
been
Oh,
confirmed.
it was. Oh,
Yeah, that is confirmed by a couple different people for sure.
My
Mhm.
neighbors.
And just
Yep.
one other thing to the timeline as well. After Tyler has been seen on the 7:45 8 a.m. dash cam, the only other thing that we know regards to Tyler after that is the 8:03 missed call from Mona's phone to Tyler's brother. That is the other thing. And then we're on the search for Tyler, and he's been missing since. So I just want to put that out there.
Right. Because we don't know a whole lot more than that. Just to hit on Ashley's question. Oh, stop it, go up there. About did we know if it was her phone? I guess we wouldn't be able to confirm that because you're right.
Say
She
that
would have been
again.
using. She was asking about was it her phone that was talking to Greg or sent the help text, or if she was using an iPad or something connected to her phone. And I guess that question we will probably never know because
Greg
could have
confirmed that he was talking to Tyler through her phone, and he confirmed that he received a missed call from Mona. But as far as the help text, as far as we know, it came from Tyler's phone. We don't know. Only she knows and Tamia knows.
Right. So unfortunately, don't think either of them will be answering those questions for us. Connor, it says, we know the phone was left because a certain person in the community went through it. Did you happen to see that stuff while you were in the house?
Yeah, I did see it. We were actually outside. It was either right before we went, like, started looking, or right after. But yes, I did see the items of Tyler's.
Okay. Okay, good. That's good. How do you notify your own family before his? Girl, we don't know.
We trying to figure that out right now.
Girl, tell us. If you know, let us know.
Yeah, let us know. We need to get in there. Looks like we have some questions about the shower curtain situation. This is wild. I think everyone needs to know about this one.
Well, I'm just gonna make somebody else can say the latter half of this, but I'm gonna say what I do know, just because I talk to Janine on a well, many of us up here do on a regular basis, but I talk to her every single day, and she took the time to buy items for their home, and she, had just bought a shower curtain, just bought cleaning supplies for them, and things like that. So that is what we do know, and we do know that Mona's church family took it out for whatever said reason. So, and I'm gonna let other people talk now.
Yeah, so from what we know, what was stated to us anyways, is that the shower curtain was removed to ward off bad energy. Apparently the mom's energy was terrible, or whatever they thought was going on. So she couldn't, apparently Mona couldn't go take a shower because there was no shower curtain. So that's all we really know about the shower curtain.
But it is said she did go take a shower, and that's confirmed.
Right. So we don't really know about that. So, we can tell you what we know, but I didn't see the shower curtain. I don't think Connor saw the shower curtain.
Yeah, I was just going to chime in there because I feel like I can chime in there, unfortunately. I was there when the people from the church, whoever they were, I only saw two people that I recognized, and I was sitting in the garage, and I didn't see them carry out anything.
Okay. Oh, well,
so I'll just leave that there.
That's interesting. Adriana, yeah, apparently she did. Apparently she did go through it before the police did. So
yeah, she did, and there's a photo of her saying that she went through it.
I just saw Misty's question.
There
was definitely nobody gathered outside besides myself, the friend of mine that was with me, and then Mona's family, her sister, her mom, her stepdad, and I think it was two other people. Otherwise, the church people were in the house with her and the baby.
All right. I think we got most of our questions answered, so I think we're all caught up on that for now. I think we kind of touched on some of the inconsistencies that have been thrown out there, such as the timeline, just those types of things. What other kind of inconsistencies are we seeing? I think that a lot of people have their speculations, but I think we all have our speculations for a good reason. I don't know. Oh, I do have another question before we get to that. Does anyone know about the dog situation? The man's dog apparently going up for adoption like the day after?
Me. So the dog situation, I'm pulling something up here. So if you want to talk for a minute.
Oh yeah, no, you're good.
I will say
Well, I
one consistency that I saw was she was sharing information from Legal Eye, and which was, you know, kind of hopeful on her part, and then turns around in the next breath and basically says they're not doing anything for the case. So that was one thing I noticed, was that she goes back and forth about promoting something, and then the next day it's back to not promoting it. So that was one inconsistency I noticed for sure.
So let's start back from the beginning, from the very first inconsistency that doesn't relate to time. And that inconsistency started with psychosis. It was that Tyler was not in his right state of mind, and that he was in psychosis. That was the very first inconsistency that came out. And I call it an inconsistency now because back then we didn't know. Like, there was nothing for us to negate besides, like, we know his character, you know? And we, you know, it's not like a blame game. We weren't like, you know, she did something to him or anything like that. It was just like, okay, this is alarming because this isn't his character. So that came out, and then shortly after that, it was said that you know, he was on a watermelon fast, and if you approach him, he might be violent. That came from one of the individuals that used their dog for a search. I think a few days after that, there was a news clip with one of the admins on the other page, the Search for Tyler page. And on the news, she said that Tyler left in a mental struggle. She said that on the news. And then one of Tyler's mentors, I don't know if you can call him a friend, who now owns that Show Sioux Falls page, he said that Tyler told him he was going on a 40-day and 40-night fast in the woods. He also said that Tyler said bizarre things to him on the phone. And she then came on a recording and labeled Tyler as a psychopath. His eyes, he's in and out of reality. He's then after that came the he's hugging trees, he's talking to the roses, basically saying he was hallucinating. But she also said in the same breath prior to that that he did not do any hardcore drugs and he rarely ever drank. So those are some of the main ones relating to his mind. After that, she goes on to say that he was abducted. Her PI told her that he just upped and dipped, verbatim her words. Tyler just left. They also said that he was acting erratic in traffic, talking to people, when we saw on camera that he was actually very calm demeanor, and was talking to people that were talking to him, actually. So the ring situation, she first told Janine $4,500 is what was spent. She did tell someone else $4,000, and then she went on video on the TikTok live and said he spent $6,000 on rings for her and him. And a bunch of other things, you know, the free gas, trying to buy bins. So those are some of the inconsistencies with his behavior that were thrown out of there.
Allegedly.
Allegedly.
That is going to be our word of the night, ladies. Allegedly, he had
Allegedly.
But if
behaviors.
anyone is on the Where's Tyler Weathersby page, you can go and look at the videos of Tyler, and you can get a sense of his mentality. You can get a sense of his demeanor, his character through how he speaks. You can even read some of the text messages that were recently posted in the group by someone of I think it was like a reshare that a post that Mona did, but there is a text message to her from Tyler, and you can see his heart and his character within that. So you can kind of get a sense of, you know, what kind of individual he was through his words and through how he spoke there, just to put things in perspective.
Okay, let's hit on some questions. I saw one about, is Mona on meds? I don't think we can answer that. I don't know her well enough to say that. Maybe she should be.
I think the
But
only
I
thing
don't
that we
think we.
do know to be true is that she was in counseling. So
Yes.
the only thing we know.
And there might have been some restraining orders.
Oh yes, we need to talk about the restraining orders because that was definitely proven. We did see those court documents. Thank you to whoever had access to that. I think that they were on the grandma and the mom, right? Mona's grandma and mom.
Yeah. And maybe the
Yeah.
grandma's husband too, I'm not sure.
Interesting. But they did go through the court system. They were out there. So at some point, he was clearly feeling threatened by the mom and the grandma. Which speaks a lot of volume to the family dynamic that he was involved in. Which kind of sucks. I guess, could you imagine having to put a restraining order on your wife's mom? Like, especially with how involved she is with the kids and stuff, like that's crazy. The car dealership. Did we ever validate if that was a thing?
I don't think it has been yet.
Because that definitely came out in one of the inconsistent conversations going back and forth. So I don't know if I believe all of that. Especially a ring and a new car in the same day seems weird.
That's a lot of money.
That's a lot. Yeah, that's a lot of money to drop in one day. Drinking and drug use. I don't think anyone. It hasn't been confirmed or anything about anyone drinking or using drugs.
Well, there is a message where Mona had a problem. She confirms her parents and her grandmother had a problem. That's what we know to be true because it came from her. But as far as Tyler, I cannot confirm whether nor deny whether he did anything because I was not around. But what I do know is he never talked to me about it. So
someone also told me that Mona had a history of drug use. I mean, we'll talk about that a little bit later, but yeah, a certain someone did tell me that, and I have screenshots and everything of that.
Oh, good night.
Oh, hey, baby Z. Hey, baby Z.
He was going up the stairs now. Looks like, so Leroy, is there a smartwatch? Because it was told to us that there wasn't a smartwatch. Does he have it on still? I don't know. That's a great question. We would love to know the answer to that.
I remember when I talked to Janine in the beginning, she said that she thinks that Tyler may have had an Apple Watch, but she's not 100% sure.
I mean, if he's anything like my husband with all the podcast stuff and all the electronic stuff, he definitely got an Apple Watch.
Exactly.
Yeah, I'm just saying too, if you're an Apple person, you have just about every Apple product.
Literally.
Exactly.
Literally.
I mean, I have a watch. I don't ever wear it, but I of course needed one. So
this one, didn't he go back home? Roy, yeah, he did. So there's video of him leaving and then coming back and then leaving again. Correct me if I'm wrong, right?
You're correct.
Yes.
Okay. But
Also,
nothing coming.
Can I please put a shout out there for anybody who knows anybody who would have video footage that has tried to turn it in to the other party, that has any lingering video footage from that neighborhood? Anything would help connect pieces, times, cars, vehicles. So if anyone's watching this or knows anyone in the neighborhood where they lived, if they have that footage or can just help get the pieces together, because obviously right now, the Sioux Falls Police Department, yes, I said it, isn't really doing what they're supposed to be doing. So we as the community are now taking a stand on the truth, and we're coming together for Tyler. So I feel like all of us as a community are entitled to that, really, because we are trying to find Tyler. So I feel like if anyone has anything, please, anything small, any detail will help. So just so
Yes.
everyone knows that.
And I'm going to piggyback on that real quick before I have to hop off. I'll just come out and say it. I was one of the 3 people that distributed 380 more flyers 2 weekends ago on a Sunday to every mailbox in the neighborhood. And I don't want any credit for that, but I'm just putting that out there. And where I'm going with this is we did run into quite a few people who, they didn't know that Tyler was missing and they were just blocks away from him. So like Danzy just said, if you know people in their neighborhood, if you know, maybe there's elderly people who have cameras on their house, but they're not on social media like we are. Please, please, please talk to them, and hopefully they still have that footage.
Yeah, because 6 months, that's crazy. You would think at this point the Sioux Falls PD would have all of that, but what do I know?
And I think about like his route that really just mind boggles me is the proximity of the schools, the time she left, and the route that she says he took, which was going towards I-29. And I personally believe that she could have picked him back up. That is my personal belief, because it lines up, So when I'm looking at the maps, when I'm looking at the times, when I'm looking at the timelines, that's what I see. And other people can have different perspectives and things like that, but I personally feel that it just doesn't make any sense, because for a neighbor to say that they religiously see you and they caught your husband on their dash cam and they religiously see you when they're coming back home from dropping off their kids and you're going and they didn't see you, that's a problem.
Right. I agree. Back to Scott's question. I don't think that video is clear enough for us to see if there's a watch on or not. Because he's kind of far away from the video. So I don't know if I could tell if there was a watch on. That's crazy, Rachel. People were stunned that this man in their neighborhood was missing.
Yeah, they were.
What the heck?
And holding on
I'll
to
be honest,
dash
it
cam
caught me
footage
so off
for
guard
6
because I'm
months.
like, yeah, it caught me off guard when Rachel talked to a couple people that didn't know he was missing, and then I talked to a guy, and I was just like, my jaw kind of dropped, and then I explained the situation. But yeah, it was surprising to.
Okay, Connor, before you go, can you explain when you guys split up for your searches? Do you feel like the other party was going door to door to door knocking for the footage, or do you feel like it was just you kind of doing that work? Can you kind of about that real quick before you go?
Yeah, I feel like the 4 of us were definitely knocking on the doors. There was another couple who I'm pretty sure we figured out who they are now, and it makes more sense as to why they weren't knocking on the doors. I mean, it doesn't make sense because, knock on the effing door. I don't know if YouTube bans me for swearing, so I'm going to keep it PG.
No,
but
you're good.
I know that me and the 2 other girls that were with me, the other one had actually gone and got her car because she had kids with her. But we were knocking on the doors. We were talking to the neighbors. We were asking for footage. We were asking if they had seen him. Hopefully that answers your question, Dancy.
Okay, yeah. Thank you. Yeah, that does. I just wanted to know how active all of the other search parties were in, trying to get that footage, and because it just seems like so many things were missed in those crucial moments of just everything. So it just doesn't make sense that the 30 people or however many people were over there weren't just because we cruise through that neighborhood, and there is cameras on a lot of
Oh,
those
there's
houses.
cameras on almost every other house. I mean, you walk by and they go hoo hoo, like it kind of scared the crap out of me a couple times.
Yeah,
I
there's a
do feel
lot
like
of cameras.
Yeah,
And
there's
if
a ton, and
and
I
did
honestly like as
the police go knocking door to door to get cameras? I mean, was that just
that I'm unaware of. The night that we were there, there was no police, so that I do not know.
okay?
Daisy, let's be real. Let's be real. They did not care about that missing man.
And I'm like, if you think we only got footage of Tyler walking, we don't got no cars, we have nothing. But him. What do you think took place?
Right.
You can use your imagination. Looks like, someone recently got an invite accepted from Tyler. That's crazy. I didn't see that one.
Oh yeah, so I can talk about that. So of our page, and I talked to the young lady who wasn't even aware that she did it. But so I think like January 25th, our page received an invite from Tyler to join the page. And it really spooked us, but I'm like, we let it sit there for weeks.
I would have too, because what?
When I saw it, I immediately told Janine, because I'm like, what is happening? And it automatically brought me back to when Mona said on a recording that she did not have access to Tyler's passwords, which I don't believe to be true, because she also contradicted herself and said that, they shared everything. So we seen that, and we let it sit there. And I made a post, and I reached, and I tagged the young lady that did it, because she didn't respond to me. And then she informed me that she was unaware that she had even done it. Now, do I know if the page is a fake page or if it's real? I mean, she has photos, she has places that she's been on there. I don't know, but we just took it for what it was. We never deleted the invite. It was actually gone itself. It removed itself. So we don't even know, what happened, but we left it there and then it was gone. So, but we did screenshot it. And so with Facebook, how Facebook works, when a page is private and somebody sends you an invite, they have to actually accept that. So someone from Tyler's page actually accepted it.
Yeah, that's weird. Clearly someone's on there. I mean, same Portia Town. I got all my husband's passwords, and if I don't, I could probably guess it. Oh, this is a good point, because how that lady get in the phone without a password?
They went through his phone. I think like when people were at the house, Mona probably gave her the phone to go through, but she definitely did go through it because she said it herself.
So they must have known the password.
Must have.
Oh, but they didn't know the passwords. Well, we all know we can't believe anything that comes out of certain people's mouth regarding this situation. So, not even surprised at all. Okay, so I just want for the people in the audience, what is the issue with the division of all these groups? What is really going on? Because between there's 3 of them still, right, Netta?
Yes, there's 3 groups.
So between the 3, there's like 7,000 people, right?
Third group shouldn't even be. I'm gonna let that rest.
All right. Well, let's tell the people what the heck is going on back behind the scenes with that, because we should all be getting together as one, right?
I'll let Monique do that one.
Because Monique be making people mad.
Oh yeah, they say I'm a rude ass bitch, but that's fine.
Silent.
She said it's fine.
Listen, ladies. I'm not trying to pull no race cards, and clearly you see this color of my skin, but they always say the Black women are rude and aggressive.
I'll wear that shit proudly. I'm a Black bitch.
They take my intellect. They take that intellect as being rude. They take me asking questions and being as blunt as I am as being rude. No, I'm just not about to sugarcoat no shit for nobody. especially
And they
not with
have to
my
understand the passion. Yeah, they got to understand the passion behind this. Like, we are people who literally know this man, who knew this man before any of you in Sioux Falls knew him. So this shit hits home for us. Like, we've cried many nights talking about this shit. Me and Netta be texting each other like, bitch, we're crying right now. Like, this shit hits home for real.
Me and Monique built a bond over this. I didn't know Monique. Like, I didn't know her,
Right.
you know?
Right.
So
Rico cracks me up.
but I think
Rico, it's good to see you back.
I think what bothers them and bothers people in general, we're talking about 17,000 people across 3 groups. What bothers them is the fact that you can't get anything past us. There's no blowing smoke up our ass. None of that. As soon as something is posted, as soon as something is posted, there's a receipt for it. You contradict your words every single time. You're predictable. Yep. You don't even remember what you say. The lies you tell are detected immediately.
She needs a notepad. You gotta keep it with all these lies, girl.
Yeah, you got to use your brain.
It's crazy.
They use cognitive dissonance, and we use critical thinking. So I mean, and I'm just not with the bullshit.
Well, and it's crazy because they're like making it out like we're threatening her, like we're gonna come for her, and that's not what it is. It's basically just laying out everything that's been said and pointing out inconsistencies. So I'm not sure where that confusion is coming in, because nobody is threatening her, threatening to go to her, threatening her businesses. Nobody's doing that. We're just trying to get to the root of where Tyler is. And there has to be a lot of digging and truths and facts and asking questions. I know on the other live, they were stating like, whatever questions, you have to ask questions and you have to get the truth and all of the facts out in order to put the pieces together. So I just wanted to clear that air of everybody kind of saying the group is full of hate and attacking and whatever, but it's really just people trying to come together to really find Tyler at the end of the day. And the facts might not look good on your end, but they're coming out of your mouth. So, I mean,
and you got to think, like, we, from the beginning, we didn't even put blame on her. I still say that to this day. I just want answers. I want you to tell the truth. The missing gap need to be told, whether you're involved or you're not involved. You see what I'm saying? It's really a disservice to his family for you to withhold information just because you're the first of kin. You see what I'm saying? You're a mother yourself, and you're dealing with his mother in such way. What if it was your children? Your children that you have, and the one that you just had by him? What if it was your children in this situation? You got to put yourself in somebody else's shoes. You see what I'm saying? And that's why I'm not going for it. I'm not going for it at all.
Yeah, I just want to clear the air. Most of us don't think that his wife did anything to him.
Exactly.
I'm just, and we definitely ain't trying to come for any of y'all. So
okay, let me rephrase that. I think we're on a consensus that we feel like she didn't do the job, but we feel like there may have been help. So, I mean, let's just throw that out there. So,
okay, we don't want to say do the job, because that's insinuating that he's no longer with us, and we don't even want to.
And I'm not even on that type of time. I'm not even thinking about Tyler not being alive.
No, that's not what I'm saying. I'm just saying that because she thinks he's coming back and all this and whatever, in her mind, like that's what I was getting at. Not saying he isn't with us, because I do believe Tyler is still with us wholeheartedly. So I do believe that he is here with us.
And this is the reason why I don't place blame on her for physical actions, but I do place blame on her for knowing things that nobody else knows. She knows what we don't know. You see what I'm saying? And if you're mad at me for putting this on a platform for people to see, then you can hate me all you want. I don't care. You see what I'm saying? I know Tyler. I don't know Mona. I know Tyler. I don't know.
Oh, Mona. Our friends entered the chat.
That's fine. I don't know Mona. I know Tyler. You see what I'm saying?
Girl, ain't nobody attacking you. Nobody wants to off.
And I'm gonna put this on record too.
Who entered the chat?
Chantel. Nobody
Oh,
attacked
that
this
girl.
woman either. Nobody attacked this woman either. But what she has a constant thing of doing is getting into people's inboxes when things start to come out. She starts messaging people. Mona starts messaging people. It's almost like intimidation. And then you want to throw around scripture as if that's going to get you somewhere. It's not, sweetheart. It's not.
Don't use
I don't
my
want to
God
talk to
like
you. I don't
that.
have nothing to say for you. For you to go through Tyler's, that was a wrap for me. That was a wrap for me. And then you talk about Mona like a dog. No, thank you.
Exactly.
That's enough drama that I'm going to address right now. Please don't.
And the thing is nobody even knew who she was until she inserted herself. Like, sweetheart, nobody's attacking you. Nobody wants to do any harm to you or your family. You are completely irrelevant in this case, besides the fact that you went through Tyler's phone before it was handed over to the police. But Chantel Duncan, we don't give two fucks about you. So
no,
delete that shit talking about we're trying to harm you and your family. Baby, we don't give a fuck about you and your brows or lashes, whatever it is you do.
And especially not enough to harm anybody. Okay? Why? No, nobody wants to harm Mona. Nobody wants to harm her family. Nobody has attacked them. Nobody has even has come to them and said any mean things to them. Chantel is taking personal accounts that people have with her that she knows and trying to put it on the group. And it's not that. Our group is about the facts, about what everybody knows. 17,000 people have seen this thing unfold before their eyes. And it's not our fault that 8,000 of them have only been getting half-ass information. That's one party's fault. The division was created in the beginning, and it was not from Tyler's family.
I feel like we just skipped over her whole question.
I'm sorry.
Sam asked the question, and we've been like 10 minutes past it.
My bad.
I'm so sorry, but that kind of turned me up a little bit.
Oh, hell yeah.
Yeah. Because, girl,
we don't care what Greg recorded. You're recording shit too, Chantel. You're recording shit with the PI, so we don't give a shit what Greg recorded. He has a right to record their ass. He don't know you.
And just so we can put that out there, South Dakota is a one-party consent state. The participant can be willing and you can be recorded. So you think about that when you record a PI who's in Maryland with a two-party consent state. That's a crime, baby.
Yeah, we ain't committing crimes over here. But yeah, anyways, I think we realize what the disconnect between the groups are now. Y'all see that?
Well, we didn't even get a chance to talk about it yet. We went off.
The drama don't lie here. We just want Tyler and we want answers. Like, that's it.
Right. That's literally all we want. We want this truth out here so that this man can either come home or he can go wherever he want to go as long as he's safe. That's it. That's all I care about.
You're asking what our definition of an attack is. You need
no. She was asking Chantel. No. She was asking Chantel.
I thought Chantel asked that. I'm like, hold on now. You need to ask. Next question. I'm tired of.
As far as the division of the group, though, I'll get to that. The division of the group started with them who created the Search for Tyler group because they basically got rid of anybody. You didn't even have to comment, first of all. You didn't have to make any comments. Once we made Where is Tyler Weathersby and they saw you commenting on things in our group, they had their little infiltrators and spies in our group, and they're like, oh, you're commenting on stuff in their group? You're in our group too? You got to go. People were messaging us like, oh, we got banned. I never said anything. And I'm just like, did you say anything in my group? Yeah, I commented on the post. Well, that's why. Like, if you had any affiliation with Greg, with Janine, you cannot be a part of Search for Tyler. So that's where the division started. We didn't start it. I only made the group specifically to give Janine and Greg a platform to speak their truth, say what they need to say, that they were being banned and deleted from the Search for Tyler group. So I'm like, yeah, let them say what they have to say here. But we didn't ever create any division. And as far as that third group goes, that group is total bullshit. It was initially started off of drama because Mona Lisa's sister, Ashley Perez, she messaged some girl, I think her name's like Kay Nicola or something like that. She messaged her and Ashley was telling her different things about something about Tyler with a gun and some water, and they talked to a medium. He's in the water. And the girl, Kay, she exposed those messages in our group anonymously. We approved it. So of course, you know what you said. You know what I'm saying? You know who you said what to. So when Ashley seen it, she's like, okay, let me check Kay for exposing the messages. The girl Kay tried to post those messages in our group. We're like, we're not going to approve it. It's just drama. Like, as far as whatever she said about Tyler, that's pertaining to Tyler. So yeah, we will approve it. But the drama that came after that, what came behind that from you exposing messages between you and somebody that you considered a friend. So we don't care about that. That's not going to get posted in our group. So after I kept declining, because she tried to post it like multiple times, I kept declining it. That's when the other group came about. And I didn't know about it until people started messaging me like, what is this? What is this group? Is this a parody group? The group had the exact same background photo as our group. And then the name was, where the fuck is Tyler Weathersby? And it's just like, how ratchet can you be? Like, if this is a group made to find somebody who's missing, why are you naming it where the fuck is Tyler? Like, it's just so distasteful, so ghetto, like, whatever. But she started getting a lot of messages from people like, girl, delete this group. You only made this group based on drama. She couldn't handle the heat, so she handed the group off to some lady named Christy. They weren't getting anything because they don't have any information. They were only getting information from our group, posting it in their group. So we banned Christy because she became admin of that group, and basically everything that she posted in there came from our group. So we're like, well, we banned Christy way before that, and we'll talk about that later. But yeah, that's the quote unquote division of the group. There is no division. There is no different sides, no different narratives. Our group has never created a narrative. We never said that Mona Lisa did anything to Tyler, that she harmed Tyler. Only thing that we have been pointing out since day one is her inconsistencies. You went from saying this to saying that. That's on you. So whatever people want to come up with on their own, that's on them. Whatever the people in the comments come up with, that's on them. We're not forcing people to think anything. Like I said, I don't want to think that anything bad has happened to Tyler. I don't want to think that he's not with us. I don't want to think that he's harmed. So I'm not going to say she did this, she did that. But what I will say is, you've been lying, you've been concealing shit, you've been changing the narrative. You can't keep your story straight, and that's a fact. That's not defamation. That's not threatening you. So cut all that bullshit out.
Laura, you said, why was I
Laura,
blocked from
let's be
commenting?
real, lady.
You really want me to answer that on this live when you sent me a photo, multiple photos of a person that you said was Tyler, and I asked you, did you really think that was him? And you said, yes, it is him. And I told you no. You said you were going to stay in your place. Did you stay in your place? No, you did not.
She's in here? I can't see her.
Yeah,
You
she has
begged
the
to be an
South Dakota
admin of our
missing person.
page. You became an admin of the other page. You've infiltrated your way into the search for. Next question, please, because I'm not even about to give these people the time of day.
Oh, we're gonna get into hers because she wants to talk about us on her live. We're gonna get into Laura later.
About
digging into his
ancestry.
ancestry. You literally posted. If I approved, if our page was not private and that post went through, those pictures of a black man that was not Tyler would have went to everybody. That is a detriment. You are a white woman sending me photos, our page photos of a man that's not Tyler, and then telling me what it is when I know him. I sent it to his mother and she couldn't believe it.
Exactly. That's why she was banned, because
that is exactly why she was banned.
The family found that extremely distasteful. Who are you? Like, you have a page that you dedicate to missing people in South Dakota. That's beautiful. That's amazing. Great. But why do you feel you need to be an admin of any page that is dedicated solely to Tyler? And you didn't become admin of the pages and start, posting like any kind of information that would be, like helpful to the situation. You got in there and start unbanning your friends that we had banned, and so it's like, girl, what is really your angle? What are you trying to do? We don't know you. We didn't really want you to have any kind of control of what we got going on. So yeah, and like we said, the family's like, who is this woman? You're not a PI. You're not a detective. Why are you digging through Tyler's ancestry? Why are you posting photos of some random black guy that you assume was Tyler as a kid? if you did enough digging and research, you would know that's not Tyler. Tyler never played basketball. You're posting pictures of some black guy in a jersey that's not him. Like,
And
girl,
never
what are
went
you
to that
doing?
school. Never went
Exactly.
to that school.
I went to school with Tyler. Our mascot was not a Mustang. You're posting him in a Mustang jersey. He didn't play basketball. We weren't Mustangs, girl. Like, what are you doing?
Yes, she
If you
did
wanted
through
to
his
post pictures of him
ancestry.
as a
So that is
kid,
why she is not on the page. And anybody
yeah,
affiliated with her is not on the page. And then, you know, she's on her motive with everybody else and whatever side she's on. That is the only reason. And I'm going to say it one more time because Chantel asked the question, how does this help Tyler? The awareness helps find Tyler. The awareness is helping find Tyler. Getting out the inconsistencies is helping find Tyler because the stories don't make sense.
yep. So
None of it makes sense. Yeah, that's really where all this drama is literally coming from, Taylor. Like,
yes, it comes
it's
from,
not even
it comes
drama.
from one
It's
person.
literally.
I just don't understand how there was no pressure on any person who was close to him in those first moments. Like, people keep saying the police are working hard and everything, but there was no initial pressure. Like, we all know if that would have been Tyler in reversed roles, Tyler would be behind bars right now. And that's just, I'm being honest, truthful. It just baffles me that the house wasn't searched immediately, that things went without it. Just, I don't know. I'm baffled at how fumbled it was in those crucial hours when a man went missing. And it's just, I'm truly still mind blown by it.
My thing is with people, and it stops with people at just like these pages. You see what I'm saying? Like, if they're banned or whatever, their advocacy stops right there. That, like, Tyler is still missing. Your advocacy shouldn't just stop because you can't be on a page or, you know, you don't have access to a page. When we got banned, our advocacy didn't stop.
Exactly. We made another page. We're not going to sit here and cry about being banned. We're going to make another one and still stand on what we're fighting for.
Within the last 2-3 days, y'all, we had multiple people really weak because that Preston guy threatening to get our page taken down. Chantel did it. Mona did it. But what do? We offload our information from her inconsistencies. We offloading that somewhere else. And guess what? We right back up and running because it's for Tyler. It's for Tyler. That's the only thing that matters. Tyler Blake Weathersby. We want to know where he is.
Right. That's all. We want to know the truth. Mm-hmm. Somebody knows where he is. I promise you, someone knows where he is.
Yeah.
Tell us.
And you should love it for us. You should love it for yourself. You just need to get out the chat and worry about why you're recording a PI in a 2-party state. That's what you need to do. You need to worry about why you going through a missing man's phone. You need to worry about why you talking about the person that you sitting there up under. That's what you need to do.
She in timeout now, so
now that's drama for you.
Take for your drama. Grown woman trying to start some drama on my life. I ain't got time for that. We hijacked what? We didn't do that. We did not do that.
We didn't hijack the search for Tyler page. We were let in by the admin. We were let in and we were looking at the page to see the information that was declined in the first week. That's what our purpose was over there. We were sharing information from the Where's Tyler Weathersby page so that everybody can get all of the information about the inconsistencies in the timelines because it wasn't being shared. That was our purpose. We didn't hijack anything.
Exactly. And it's like,
and we have proof of the conversations with the person that you're sitting up under, Tony.
And you keep saying we reported your page. We've never even really took the time of day to look at
I've never looked at her page a day in my life.
Exactly. I looked at it the day she said that we hacked it, and I was like, what? Like, you are doing something great for the people of your state. What need will we have to hack that page or report it and get it banned? We never reported your page or anything. So if you couldn't get access to your page, that got something to do with you, honey. We never reported your page, and we didn't hijack a damn thing.
And we never asked to be conversations talking about this. When somebody said that, we were like, who hacked her page? Why would they do that? We literally said that.
Exactly.
And then we got word back that you blaming us for it. We had nothing to do with that.
Exactly. And as far as the Search for Tyler page goes, we never asked to be admins of that page. Our own page was doing what it needed to do. We didn't care about, once we got banned for Search for Tyler and we made our page, we didn't care about Search for Tyler.
I'm gonna give you a little bit of metric. Me, like, from sharing videos and things like that, 500,000 views. 500,000 views from sharing videos with 8,000 people.
Yep.
You see what I'm saying? Legalized video alone is going 500,000. That's the awareness. That's the reach. We don't say that kind of stuff, you know. And the page itself has more, from combined admins, from people in the group. You know, it's getting the reach that it needs. You see what I'm saying? But that's not what it's about.
Yeah,
the numbers are
and
not
like,
what it's about. It's about Tyler.
Exactly. Too many people are trying to use their platform to use Tyler's situation to get more views on their platform. Like, girl, we don't care about that. Like, you want clout or some kind of reward or award for making the first flyer? Thank you. Is that what you want, Laura? Thank you for making the first flyer for Tyler.
The very
but
first
girl,
one,
like,
with a big ass inconsistency that said he had a beanie on when he walked outside with nothing on his damn head.
Like, here's your cookie. I'll bake it fresh for you. Like, what do you want?
And can I say?
Oh, but she's not going to tell anybody that she left that inconsistency there to trip Mona up. Oh, but I have that combo.
And then can I say too, like, on this live, our goal was to
get this
have everybody's openness. On the other live, it just seemed like we came prepared with facts, truths. We have receipts, screenshots. No offense to the other thing going on, but the people that were attached to the case didn't even have any truth, facts, didn't even look into the case. I mean, the man couldn't even say Tyler Weathersby, say his name. Like, so
What?
the thing is, it's just like, how can you be so close-minded that you don't even do your homework before you step on a live, before
that
you
black man,
speak to people?
I'm trying to bring a black man home. That's
Tyler
all
Weathersby.
Like, I don't understand why you would not do your research before you brought certain people on the podcast, before you bring certain people in who have no clue what's going on.
No, so I saw somebody in the comments say that it's false that the pages are not getting enough reach. The pages are not just, what have the reach. It's been on TikTok, it's been on YouTube multiple times. People have shared it on their personal pages. It's not just the group. We were just sharing the metrics of our group and the people who share things within our group. That's all we were saying.
There's definitely a lot of people that have, whether it's in our small community or outside of it, there's definitely a lot of people that are seeing this information. So, I mean, Don, if you want to help out and share, there you go. Start sharing stuff. Let's get that number up.
And how to share, like, our stuff in our group. The page is staying private. It's not going to become a public page. But you can, people, and the only reason I'm bringing that up is because I see a lot of comments with people like, can you make this shareable? But you can't. You just have to, one, do what everybody else does, screen record, that type of thing. And get the awareness out like that. But just for the integrity of his family, the case, things like that, we like to keep the page private, and it'll stay that way.
Yeah, I agree. If you want to screen record or screenshot or whatever outside of it, then that's your prerogative. But I think at some point we do have to keep some things somewhat locked down.
Tony willingly made us admin so that we can get information that might have been missed in the beginning, and also for us to share the information that people weren't getting. So she willingly let us on the page, and then she removed us all, and because she felt like she, I don't know, she's kind of paranoid, but she removed us all. And I'm actually now banned again from that page, so I can't see it, which is cool. I have all the info I need anyway, so 7 months worth. So.
Yeah, it seemed like she banned us after I told her I didn't want Laura to be an admin, because I'm like, the lady she's just a little bit too thirsty for me. You asked me and the 3 other admins of our group, can you be admins of our group? Then you're an admin of the other group. Then you're an admin of this group. Like, you run your own group for missing people in your state that has almost more members than all of our groups combined. So it's like, why do you need to have some kind of control over these groups that are dedicated specifically to Tyler? Like, what is your issue? I don't understand it. We don't know you. We don't want you to be an admin. When we saw that Tony made her an admin to search for Tyler, we told her, hey, we removed her. We don't want her as an admin. And it seemed like after that is when she removed us. So we're like, okay. But Tony, when she made us, and when she made us admin, I sent invites to the other admins of Where is Tyler Weathersby to be admins of that group. And they accepted their invitations late.
We were not taking days to approve posts. Let me give you a little bit of logic to the Where is Tyler Weathersby page. We go through every post. We see who people are affiliated with. We see, there's a certain level of discernment on this side that you might not be aware of. You see what I'm saying? We don't just approve everything. And people,
I made a post for that. After Laura messaged all of us, because she told us why she asked. She said, hey, because people are saying in the comments that it's taking a long time for their post to get approved. First of all, we had no new information for a long time. For a long time, the group was just dead. We had no information. None of us were posting anything. Nobody else was posting anything to be approved. And sometimes a random person would post something. It would be sitting like in the pending approvals, and they post, where the F is Tyler? And it's like, we're not approving that. That's dumb. And they get in the comments, they're not approving my post. You're not saying anything worthy of being approved. So no, we're not going to approve that.
And just now, I was going to say, just now we are approving a lot more things because the heat has been turned up due to the inconsistencies. You see what I'm saying? So there's videos, there's people's thoughts. It's not just facts right now because we have the facts on the page, but it's actually people's thoughts and things like that as well.
Yeah.
I think there is a lot of stuff that comes through both pages, honestly, about any kind of conspiracies, really. But what if these said conspiracies are leading us where we need to go?
I think the truth is right in front of our face. I really feel that.
Right. Yep. It has to be, because people starting to unravel, so we getting close.
And I feel that the unraveling started on that first TikTok live. I told Mona to tell the truth in the comments, and she flipped her fucking lid. And it didn't come back on the pot.
Right. We have
from there, here we are. You see what I'm saying? And it's just like, just tell the truth. You love him, you hate him. It's his fault. It's not his fault. He took advantage of you. He did everything for you. I'm so thankful for him being in my life. I would never do anything to bash him publicly, yet you bash him publicly. Like it's not giving.
Yeah. Like, I'm sorry. If my husband, well, first of all, I would not be doing what she's doing if my husband was missing. I'll be flipping this world upside down.
Exactly.
But like, to be out here saying fuck you to her husband that's missing.
And not only that, she goes and messages the young lady whose recording it is. How dumb can you be? You're trying to intimidate people because you've said things that you don't want to get out.
Right. Okay, Mike, I'll let you speak now. What do you want to say to the audience?
I've been listening for the last hour and 30 minutes, right? First of all, the problem with this whole thing is this. Brandon got 24 hours to not respond to me before I'm on a plane to South Dakota to come find him. You understand what I'm telling you? There ain't gonna be no. If I text Brandon and he don't respond, and I text Nick and Nate and he ain't responded to them either, I'm on a plane. Because you got some explaining to do. You the only person I'm finna come talk to. Brandon don't live in Florida. You the only person I'm finna come talk to. Me and you finna have a conversation. I ain't talking to nobody else. Me and you finna have a conversation. So I hate stories like this because what pisses me off is it lets me know that either he was alienated from the people who actually loved him or he didn't have a good connection with the people that actually love him. Because there ain't no way. And I'm not trying to advocate violence against nobody, but there ain't no fucking way somebody in my life can come up missing and I ain't talked to whoever these people is, the fucking Chantel and whoever's running this page. I would have put hands on every single one of these motherfuckers. Because you ain't playing my goddamn face, especially the white, whatever her name is, Donna, Duna, Luna, Guna, whatever this hoe's name is. Shorty would have been and got. First of all, I've watched the cardio. I would have pulled up on that hoe with a bucket of water and some jumper cables. I'm gonna waterboard and electrocute your ass till you tell me something.
But that brings me back to another point. They're like,
you gonna tell me the truth, or you gonna tell me a really damn good lie?
Such and Sioux Falls? Why isn't such and such in Sioux Falls? You wouldn't know me from a can of motherfucking paint. Number one, and two, I'm not telling you my whereabouts when I touch down in the city. That you know we're opening a can of worms on a case that y'all want closed.
Exactly. And he's saying, like, you guys haven't had boots to ground. You guys don't know us from a can of paint. You don't know if we've been out there or not. You don't know where we searched. We're not going to tell you. We don't know y'all. Like, what are you talking about?
Oh God! And then what's the bitch's name? Because I'm not politically correct. I don't know these hoes. Chantel, shut the fuck up. Because if the police were so involved and so cared about this man's family, we wouldn't be doing this fucking live right now. Because I done seen these motherfuckers go to different countries and find a motherfucker they really wanted to. Okay, so you're not gonna tell me they can't
literally.
False. So you can shut the fuck up. I ain't trying to hear that stupid ass shit.
I was just talking about that. I'm like, there was a man who went missing a month before Tyler. They found him in Europe 3 months later, and he's like, I'm not coming home. So. Yeah, cut all that bullshit out.
And if that's what Tyler did, if that is what Tyler did, I don't care. Tell somebody.
Exactly. Good for him. Shit, good for him. Get away.
And the fact that y'all are so politically correct, it warms my heart to say we still got good people out here. Because I'm blaming the fucking wife. Bitch, you did something. You called somebody, you text somebody. Something happened to that man, and it's your goddamn fault. Y'all not placing blame. I'm placing blame. We don't
want to do that because we don't have any facts.
We don't want anything to insinuate that Tyler is not here. And I've said it from day one. I pray for Mona. When I pray for Tyler, I pray for Mona because something is not right in her spirit. Something is wrong in her spirit. You can sit up here and you can lie to thousands of people about a story. Something is wrong with your spirit. You can sit up here and say, F you, Tyler, on a recording, and you're upset because it's out. Something is wrong with your spirit.
Something's definitely wrong with her spirit. The problem is this, and I'm not saying he's not here. So I was talking to Brandon, and this is my thing. I think something happened. I think she crashed the fuck out. I think she did something to Tyler, and to cover it up, she's hiding him. That's what I really feel like happened. I feel like that's what happened. I feel like they got into it. Something happened, and she's trying to keep him like away from people to uncover whatever the fuck she did. There's definitely something wrong with her.
Harmed or unharmed. You call your mother first in a panic, and something happened. You called your mother in a panic, and something happened.
Crazy shit. I'm calling my mom first. I know my mom got my back 100%. Me and my mom can fuss, fight, get into it. My mom. Hey, look, she'll tell me straight up. You kill somebody, bitch, call me. I'll have the body. Like, no.
like, you're talking about her being a victim. First of all, bitch, your husband is a victim. Let's start there, okay? Because he's the one that's missing, not you. Okay,
exactly.
Bitch, we see you, we hear you, we smell your funky ass. Like,
but I think the first thing that got me was when she went on this fashion podcast and basically was like, it's none of your business until I know where my husband is, and that's that. That pissed me off because how are you going to say it's nobody's business who's been doing the work? The public has been doing the work for you.
Why people care more? You asked for the public's help, so how is it none of our business? Like, it's not our business when we start digging into you.
Like, literally, when I'm laying in bed at night at 3 a.m., I hear that shit in my head. And that's that. I hear that over and over again.
It's none of your business.
Literally. You want to know something? You don't even know Tyler's mom, but I do.
Didn't she kill it? Didn't she already kill her husband?
Her baby daddy. With a Desert Eagle, remember?
Just saying.
Exactly. And people are always saying, stop spreading narratives about Mona. Stop calling her a murderer. We're not calling her a murderer for Tyler. We're calling her a murderer because she killed her kid's dad. Whether it was an accident or not, you killed somebody. That's the truth. That's the fact.
How you accidentally murder somebody?
We never even brought that up. The admins, the family, we didn't bring that up. At
I'm
first,
bringing it up because I'm petty.
no, it's
Well,
brought
no.
up now, but I'm saying in the beginning,
oh.
it was never.
No,
it was
Greg.
never,
Greg definitely did bring it up. Greg definitely did bring it
well,
up.
days
Greg
later,
definitely
yeah.
did.
I would have
Like,
brought that up.
days and weeks later, but I'm saying like when Tyler first went missing, it was not brought up.
Yeah, because it wasn't, that didn't correlate. Like, we're not assuming, because as far as we know, that's an accident. They were young. They just did some silly stuff, looking for clout, whatever. But still, me personally, you couldn't pay me enough money in this world to aim a gun at somebody I love and shoot them. I know
Common
6-year-olds
sense.
who are gun disciplined than that. Like,
accident.
huh?
No, but she blamed him. She said it was a premeditated accident.
She said she didn't want to do it, and he pushed her to do it. He manipulated her and basically forced her to do it.
Somebody to shoot you with a desert eagle.
Exactly.
At damn near point blank range. We don't know. I'm trying to figure
12
that out.
pounds of trigger pressure right there. That's a tough trigger to pull on a desert eagle.
And not to talk about her case, but I think because they did it before, they did a practice round with like the book like sitting or something like that, and it didn't go through.
But they practiced with a different gun.
And a different.
But they said the book. They said the book was thicker and they were further apart from
and
being
it was
like
a smaller
so close.
caliber gun. Yeah, that Desert Eagle bullet, the shell was as long as Pedro's pinky.
But the reason I say it's a premeditated accident is because she was apprehensive at first, but then she goes on Twitter and says that they're about to do the most dangerous stunt they've ever done. So she knew.
A book? What kind of book was it? A fucking magazine? Like, are you serious?
Like an encyclopedia.
All right, so
pull that comment back up that was just up here.
Mini version.
Which one?
The 5,000 one.
Why are you back asking how this helps Tyler? We're giving a basis of the person that he married and what she did before she married him. Get the fuck on.
How does this
help? Go away.
I thought we put that girl in timeout.
You like a goddamn.
You know what? Chantel, I feel like you can tell your story. Maybe next Wednesday, me and you can talk. I want to hear your side.
Maybe we need a part 2. You heard?
I want to talk to Chantel.
Oh, she loves us so much. That's cute.
I do. I love the fact that you love us. I want to talk to Chantel because that's got so many questions.
Well, I'm
and yes, the Desert Eagle story.
We won't be on here when you guys do that because
does bring into character because you don't have to be a gun person to know that the Desert Eagle is a 50 cal bullet. You need level 4 plates. Those plates are about that thick of metal that can stop a Desert Eagle. So I don't know where in the fuck did you think an encyclopedia that is paper and some parts cardboard was gonna stop that Desert Eagle bullet. That was dumb.
I don't give a shit if it was a 22. Who shoots a gun at the person they claim they are in love with, the person that they have children with, a child on the way with? I wouldn't point a gun at my worst fucking enemy because I'm not trying to go to jail. I'm not about to do any dumb shit like that to jeopardize my freedom.
But I think what got me recently was when I saw a video of like Mona speaking. She's speaking about Pedro when she first became in a relationship with Tyler, right? And she's speaking of him, but she's blaming Pedro, speaking highly of Tyler, blaming Pedro. And I found it so weird that in recent, recordings and even, videos, she speaks, highly, but also speaks down and then blames, it's like a pattern.
Mm-hmm.
It's very weird to do. And so it makes me think, who is really the one with the mental problems? Because when you change your story so many times, when you have so many inconsistencies like that back to back, and this is coming from somebody with a degree in psychology. I'm not a psychologist, but I have a degree.
This lady, what's her name? Adri,
it's giving bipolar disorder.
If you are part of the Where is Tyler Weathersby group, you can see or listen to the clip where she's saying that Tyler manipulated her or used her, whatever. Not manipulated, but she did say he used her and he preyed on her. You can see that exactly, and then
a vulnerable time,
and used her story. And Tyler never used her story. In fact, there's an article that Tyler didn't even want to get out. It talks about Mona's story all while talking about their business that they had together, and he didn't want that put out. He always protected her. He didn't want her life with him revolved around her past. They wanted to, you can hear him talking to her, saying how, you know, and motivating her to say how she has taken the steps to change her life. He didn't take credit for her changing her life. He gave her the credit of doing the work.
She sounded like an airhead asshole.
And that's the thing, like, his family didn't even know about her past until way into this.
Yes.
So,
and when they found out,
he wasn't trying to use it for clout.
First of all, every time my homeboys introduce me to a woman, I do a background check. And yes, Sam, I did one on YouTube. I got friends in the sheriff's office. I had them do a background check. You pass, you're good, right? Because no, we're not walking into this blind. Like, no, absolutely not. So nobody did the homework. Nobody looked at that situation and was like, yo, why are you with this airhead asshole? There's something wrong with this bride. There's a lot.
Think they just accepted her. They just looked past her faults, just like Tyler did. They you know, they just looked past her faults.
They didn't know about that initially. The family didn't know about her past initially.
She took advantage of him having a good heart. That's what that's.
Yeah, exactly.
Like.
Exactly.
Just for the records, I went back and screenshot it and zoomed in and changed the fucking pixels on all those videos that Sam sent me. And no, he did not have a smartwatch on in any of those videos that you sent me. I looked.
Thank you for doing that.
I'm talking about. I was on YouTube. Like, hey, how can I change the pixels on a screenshot on the iPad?
You know, he definitely didn't have a watch on for sure.
No, he did not have a watch on. I think the one that's like 36 seconds was the best one, where he walked right by the car, and you can clearly see like he didn't have a watch on. You can see he had on very bare wrists and some tall socks and some Sonoyas, like some off-brand sneakers. I've seen them before. Yeah, he definitely had on those.
Wait, you said he had off-brand sneakers on?
They don't look like name brand sneakers. They look like some off-brand shit.
I mean, you can't really tell. They said they were some Travis Scott type of
flyer mochas.
Yeah, some type of Travis Scott with Jordan. I don't even know. Some kind of collab sneaker he supposedly had on.
PI's hiring.
Hold on. I swear to God, I'm gonna find them.
I just want to go back to one comment that I seen. I can't scroll up and find it now, but this lady's really getting $5,000 a month for her kids from killing her freaking baby daddy.
We don't know that.
I don't know. I don't know.
I mean, obviously, anybody who has like a job that they've been working on for over a certain amount of time, they have that insurance that'll pay out to whoever your beneficiaries are. But I'm not sure about her getting like a monthly payment this late in the game. You know, like he's been gone since 2017. I doubt she's still getting payments from the railroad. Especially, I would love
to listen to a podcast from Chantel. Crash out, girl. Crash.
Well, she can go on Selwyn's podcast.
Yeah, there you go. You can go on the Unks podcast. I'm sure he'd love to have you.
I got room for her. Chantel, I got room for you, Chantel. I will do a podcast with you because
there you go. That's what she wants.
I'll do
it.
See, Chantel's angle is like, well, I doubted Mona in the beginning, and now I believe her now. So you
don't have no hate for you either, Chantel. You just don't shut up. You keep commenting. Nobody wants to talk to you.
You're right. We don't care about you. Like, stop trying to make yourself important.
I can't say the same thing. Brandon's my boy. Sam's his wife. I'm going wherever Sam's going. So Chantel, personally, I kick you in the face, but I'd still do a podcast with you. I'm going with whoever Sam's going with. So I kick.
Hey, I don't hate the lady. I don't hate the lady. I just hate that she thinks people want to kill her. I think that's crazy.
Right. Like, who said that?
What do you mean? How confident are you that the guy on the bike was on the bike? What do you mean?
What bike? We saw the boy on the bike.
Exactly.
You're in contact with the PI, right? Ask him that.
You talk to the PI every day and you sit in Mona's lap. So you ask her. We don't know.
Sit in Mona's lap is crazy work.
All right, guys. Let's get our final thoughts out here so we can wrap this up. We pushing 2 hours. I'm sure the people are done listening to us by now.
Obviously, 134 people are not.
Yeah, you guys gotta let it.
My
you guys,
husband, Janine.
You guys gotta definitely keep this going, because I feel like as much as we can keep talking about Tyler, and I know I see in some of the comments it says, what is this doing for Tyler? But honestly, his closest people to him, his mentors, his group people that he was involved in, none of them have gotten on any type of platforms that they use, and all of them say digital creator, and they all have videos 24/7, and none of them speak out on behalf of Tyler. So I feel like the
That's really
more
sad.
people can learn about the businesses that are involved, as far as him being a part of the Young Kings and Think 3D, I feel like there needs to be more pressure on these people to really figure out in those crucial moments where Tyler was, because once again, everything matters. And as far as that being their Young King and having that close group, I feel like a lot of those people know a lot more than what they're saying. So I feel the pressure, the crumbling of people who know what happened, who have the missing pieces. It has to start coming out and coming forward. And I feel like with the pressure of the community coming together, that's just getting steps closer to Tyler. So, I mean, I'm all
Listen.
for it. Why not get it out?
Listen, Chantel, I let you get out of timeout. Behave. Clearly, there's no pressure being put on nothing.
Yeah, it is.
Or we would have some more information. Okay. Behave, or I'll put you back in timeout.
Who's feeling pressure? What's the pressure?
That we're talking about on the Sioux Falls PD.
Hold on, bro.
No,
Laura,
not pressure, not pressure on
You are
PD.
asking questions that you know the answer to because you've been talking to the PI and you've been talking to Mona. You've been talking to the people that are connected to the police, just like you told us that Tamian was coaching Mona and that Tamian knew about the briefing before Mona did and Tyler's family. You know the answers that you're asking. Stop doing that.
Yeah, bitch, stop doing that.
Crashing out in the comments. Anyways, let's get our final thoughts out. Let's bring Tyler home. People, I don't care what you think, believe. I don't care what. I don't care. I hope you use this podcast for the information that you have been looking for, and we bring this man home. Let's bring this man home. Any final thoughts for you, ladies?
There was a segment I feel like we left out, but I mean, if we need to get out, we can
go back if we need to.
Because there was a specific person I wanted to touch on that if Mona's feeling fearful of her safety, then she needs to get this lady Christy out of her circle. Christy Brandscar, or whatever the fuck her name is.
ASAP.
You need to get that lady out of your circle because she's giving out your address, your whereabouts when you weren't staying home on multiple occasions. She's not in your corner. When she was banned from your group, she immediately turned on you and dogged you the fuck out. Talk about how they called you Fishy Mona in high school because you always smelled horrible when it was your time of the month.
That's tough.
We knew you were staying in a hotel.
Exactly,
and
where that hotel was
because of that.
We knew who had your kids, where your kids were staying. This lady was just telling us all the info, unprovoked. If you want those screenshots, Mona, you can reach out to me. You don't have me blocked yet, and I don't have you blocked. So if you want to see those, I'll definitely send them to you.
She blocked me. She blocked me ASAP.
Yes, but this woman is not your friend. She's not in your corner, and she has been dogging you and your family out since day one, talking about your mother being on drugs and all kinds of shit. So
y'all think about that when Chrissy's in the comments saying, Netta, you have it out for me, or Antonietta has it out for me. No, because you're a liar and you're.
And I have a fact.
All right, hear me out.
All them people surrounding you, and just like I said it in the comments, I said it when I posted on pages. Chantel, Laura, Selwyn, they're not in it for the right reasons. There's no love there. There's no genuine, anything there. Compassion, nothing. You gotta have.
You're in it for the clout. Y'all want clout, especially so when you use your nephew George Floyd for every fucking thing you do because you don't have any kind of motion
talk
without
about
his
yourself
name.
in the third person, and who gives
you hoes ain't shit. Yeah. Well, look at this though. All right. Check out this picture. All right. Now I don't know how good you can see, but can you see the shoes?
Barely.
Barely.
Right, barely. I'm
Oh,
trying
let
to
me
get
take this comment down. Hold on. Sorry. That's better.
Can you see the shoes?
Yeah.
All right.
It's blurry though.
Is that not the same shoe?
It do kind of look like the same shoe.
Just saying.
But
that picture.
She claims they're the Travis Scott ones. That's what
No, I don't
missing
think that's the
person
same
claims.
shoe.
I don't think it's the same
Damn.
shoe.
It almost look like it. Travis Scott got some ugly
Nice
shoes
try
like
though.
that.
Yeah, it's like a Travis Scott collab with some other brand too, right?
But whatever screenshot that was really, really clear though. Like clearer than what we've seen before.
Travis Scott black and white collab shoes.
Rico said the reverse swoosh. My boy was styling.
We don't know what's up. We don't know what's up with Demeanor. I think the things that have been said about him is that his silence is alarming. The video that he made after Terry called him out was alarming. Like it didn't address anything, but it was condescending at the same time. So, but we don't really know nothing. He's just silent.
Bro, no, I can't.
Did you find the mocha Travis Scott? That's allegedly what he was wearing them. Have you tried calling who? Who are we calling?
Is it like a dunk?
I'm telling y'all.
I'm trying to go through the
lights is on, but nobody is home.
Stop it. Ooh, not the mentor giving money. Oh, I ain't calling Tam.
Exactly.
You're out of your mind.
Yeah, I don't think he would take a phone call from us if he's not searching for his friend.
She said he had on the Travis Scott mochas.
Yeah, that's what she said.
Bruh.
We'll have to take that one offline, Mariah.
Oh, maybe. Cause like these what the mochas look like.
Yeah,
They
they're
look
backwards
like
Nike.
Those look like it, kind of.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, kind of.
Well, that bitch lucky.
Anyways, that's a wrap for us tonight, people.
But
it's been great talking.
When he bought them?
Boy, we don't know. We can't call him.
We don't know that.
Bro, because they 2167 right now on StockX. They not in stores. They're not for sale. So they $2,000. So
well, he was co-owner of a shoe store, so I mean they have to plug.
What's the name of the shoe store?
If I could call him and ask him, I would, Mike.
What's the name of the shoe store?
It's somewhere in Sioux Falls. I'll have to get it to you after this.
Or something like that.
Get me the information.
Yeah, there it is. There it is.
Preaches, I think.
Preaches.
All right, so Sam.
All right.
Take that and get
Look,
me the
my husband entering the chat. He's trying to make it go.
Mike. Let it go, Mike. Let it go.
Let it go, B.
Let it go.
Well,
Mike.
I want to say that I really appreciate you having us on.
Definitely.
I really thank you for your light spirit, Sam, and your openness to be able to see all sides, whether it's our, Tyler's family, the group. I say our because, our side, their side. We don't want any sides, but I mean they done made sides, so what the hell ever. See all sides and be able to just have a mind and allow us to share, how it is as moderators and admins of a page, what we see, what we've seen together as a collective, and just talk about that and also be lighthearted within all of it as well. And I do really appreciate that, and I thank you guys for your platform. So
for sure, appreciate.
Yeah, no, it was fun. I like
absolutely. And before we leave, as a CEO, I just want to appreciate everybody that did comment and everybody that's watching. My final thought on everything I just heard, like I said earlier, I don't know nothing about it. My wife tell me stuff about it for the last how many months about it. But at the end of it all, man, we all need to come together and find this brother. This is a life. Mm-hmm. This is a life that God has placed on this earth. And if something malicious has happened to this brother, it needs to be found out, it needs to be spoken out, and it needs to be found. So I salute all you ladies for coming up here and showing your heart experience about somebody that y'all love. We don't see that a lot these days in this world, and we need to show more light of it. So I appreciate y'all stepping up on the platform and saying what y'all was saying. Everybody that was in the comments, I appreciate you being here too. So thank y'all.
Thank you.
Thank you.
All right, let's get it. Wrap it up.
Thank
Let's
y'all.
go.
Have a good night.
Guys.
Bye, y'all.
When we getting on next?
I know that ain't Danzy talking. Danzy, you better hit my line next time you want to jump on the pod.
All
Wasn't she
right.
supposed to be on here like 18 times ago? Oh, I'm sorry. I was supposed to say that.
All right, bye.
Bye.
Tell 'em I ain't mad if they ain't know me. You know I ain't mad if you love it. Can't nobody overtake this moment from me. So we go while I got it, the fuck it, it's all good.